And they tried to get witnesses to agree as to what they'd heard Jesus say about himself. They couldn't agree. And finally the judge did an illegal thing. He said to Jesus, I charge you, I adjure you by the living God, tell me who you are. And of course Jesus as a Jew had to speak when adjured by the living God. And he said, are you the Christ, the Son of the living God? He said, I am. I am. And the judge tore his clothes and said, you heard it. What's your verdict? And 70 people said, death. The problem was that they couldn't put someone to death officially. They were occupied by the Romans. So they had to get the Roman signature for the death sentence. But in Roman law, blasphemy is not a crime. So what were they to do? There was only one thing to do, to change the crime. And by the time they got Jesus to Pilate, he was being charged with treason and not blasphemy. And it's Mark who brings this out so clearly. The treason was not that he said, I am God, but that he said, I am King, King of the Jews. And that's the human side of the death of Christ. It was unjust from beginning to end. He was not guilty of blasphemy or of treason. But that's how they got him. The divine side, however, also comes out in Mark. That Jesus was sure from the very beginning that he had come to die and to give his life a ransom for many. That it had to happen, that he had to be betrayed, that God had planned it that way, and there was no avoiding it, and Peter mustn't try to tempt Jesus to run away from the cross. So you get this very vivid description of the person of Christ from here on, and the work of Christ on the cross for us. That makes it a very suitable gospel to give to unbelievers. There is one other facet of Mark's gospel which is worth noting, and that is there are two key words all the way through: fear and faith. Fear